If a website ever asks you these questions, don't do what she did. Once there was a girl named Masha who heard that there's a new service that gives everyone free internet access, so she decided to use it, but this would lead to something horrifying for Masha and her family. After she connected to this internet service, a web page popped up asking her to register some information, but the questions were oddly personal. It asked, what's your usual mode of transportation? With a photo of a bus, a boat, a train, and a plane. Masha took her bike to school every day, so she clicked on the train instead. But the next day, the local news showed that there was a horrific train crash that killed everyone on board. Masha thought that this was a coincidence, but soon she'd realized that she made a deadly mistake. Later, she needed to use the internet again, so she logged back in. This time it asked, what kind of home do you live in? Along with 4 different pictures of different types of homes. She clicked apartment even though her and her family lived in a house. And the next day, the apartment building near her school burned down. The police suspected arson. Then she went back to the internet server one last time, but this time it showed a photo of her mother, father, sister, and herself with the question, who is your favorite family member? This is why you should be careful when trying homemade skincare. There's an urban legend about a girl in Korea who tried a DIY skincare treatment at home, but she could have never guessed how terribly wrong it would go. So this girl felt quite insecure about her looks, especially her skin. She wanted to have smooth and silky skin and was ready to do anything to get it. One day she learned about this new skincare treatment you could do at home. All you need to do is mix some sesame seeds in bath water and sit in it. It was supposed to stimulate your skin. It sounded simple enough, so she decided to try it. She went home, filled her bathtub with warm water, and added a jar of sesame seeds. But a few hours later, the girl still hadn't come out of the bathroom. Her parents started to get worried. They knocked on her door several times, but every time the reply would be just a minute, until her mother forced the door open to see if she was okay, but what she saw would terrify her forever. Her daughter was sitting on the bathtub. Her skin was covered from head to toe in black holes. The girl had a crazed look in her eyes, and she was digging into her skin with a pair of tweezers. The sesame seeds had sunken deep into her pores.
A question that I've been asking myself lately is what happened to all the clowns from 2016? Like, there was literally an entire worldwide invasion of clown sightings. Schools were shutting down, parents were worried about their kids' safeties, and people were getting arrested and even injured. While 2016 was on a whole other level, mysterious clown sightings had been happening for years before this. And how did this all really start? Well, the Northampton clown was terrorizing a small British town in 2013. A Facebook group was made to update people on the situation, to track the clown's whereabouts, and so many people were in this group and terrified of this clown. But it ended up being 3 young filmmakers who were dressing up as a clown and also secretly running the Facebook page at the same time. This was in order to drive traffic to the concept and got a lot of people's attention. Then we get to 2014, in which an ABC article was released talking about mysterious clown sightings rising in California. Social media accounts were also created to go along with these clowns. And they had terrifying captions such as this one, "No, I will not be coming to get a balloon from you." And it just went downhill from here.
Do you know someone who wants to be around you all the time? For one newly married couple, this quickly turned into something more terrifying. So this couple got married and moved into their new house together. Soon the husband noticed that his wife became more attached to him than usual, as in she wouldn't be able to spend one moment away from him. She said, "When you're not at home, I still feel you near me. I hear you calling my name." He just thought that she was being sweet, but the truth is not so simple. One day after he got back from work, his wife said, "I think there's something wrong with me. You walked from the kitchen to the bedroom and was staring out the window all day." But the husband knew that he was at work all day. Over the next few days, she started acting even weirder, until one night she was next to her husband and said, "You're not here. You're there. You're in the kitchen." Then they both heard a noise. The husband walked into the kitchen to investigate, and he saw himself standing there with a blank, lifeless expression on his face. This man, or whoever it was, walked out of the kitchen and disappeared into the hallway. And as the husband went back into his bedroom to get his wife, he heard someone's voice coming from behind him. It was his wife's voice, only it wasn't, and it whispered into his ear, "We are here to stay forever." If you're ever running late for something, don't do what she did. Once there was a girl who had a huge crush on a guy in her class. One day, he finally asked her out on a date and she was so excited, but things quickly took a terrifying turn. On the day of their date, the girl went to the mall, got some new clothes, and spent over an hour trying to get ready. By that time, she was seriously running late, but she had just taken a shower, and her hair